Buenos dias. So we are a little bit busy on this board, but if you know this board, you'll know that, what's that? You'll know that we're not too busy at all. We have a few facts written down here. This is about the photograph, the little video clip that I dropped earlier, about an hour ago. Now, this picture, sponsors need to step in here. I need a couple of 30cm blow up globes, please. You should be watching out for these things. It took me about half an hour to sort this out. Look, I need some globes. Sponsors. My favourite sponsors. One of the boys had them, and my boy got hold of them. Well, I don't think they'll sponsor me, but you never know, do you? They might come good. Just make sure they sweep the runway when we're all done and dusted. 6:43 p.m. The picture was taken at 6:43 p.m. facing the east, Bagara, somewhere around there, facing east, the picture, at 6:43 p.m. On this day, it just so happened that the sun was setting. Now, whether it had already set or not, we don't know, but they could not see it from where the picture was taken. There is always a chance right here, right now, that it could just be a lie. I assure you, the source is sound. Amy took the photographs, and there is a video, okay? So this is not a wind-up. East, 6:43 p.m. At 6:43 p.m. in the west, sun was already setting, right? So they were here, and because of where they were, even if it hadn't been setting, or it was on its way at 6:43, they couldn't see the physical sun because of where they were. Buildings, no. Same as you wouldn't see the physical sun if there was an 8-minute and 20-second delay. You'd never see the physical sun. I haven't done absolute light, but I remember absolute light's going to take care of itself today. So I'm going to quickly go down there, just a little nudge. I've got transport as well, see, same time. Scooter, fantastic condition. It's getting there. Right, what you saw there was absolute light from the sun. A mirror. We're going to carry on with this, but just while we're here, don't want it to go away, do we? When we're not looking. A mirror with a diameter of just 10 to 12 centimeters. You know what? bounce its light up to 125 miles. 200 kilometers. Got to have a bit of a play, haven't you? Right. That tiny mirror bounces its light 100 plus miles. That big mirror, I am calling 1,000 kilometers if anybody wants to try it out. The first mirror that I did, 1,000 kilometers. We have people at every single kilometer marker, all wired into a main junction box. That light, that mirror, everybody sees the flash. There is no measurable delay from the first person at the 1 kilometer mark all the way down to the person who's the furthest where it can be seen. It would be reflexes. I don't even need to do that experiment because I know that's what would happen. Like, we think that Galileo had to tell an assistant. But let's not. It's absolute light. There is no delay. So what are we doing here? I am not saying anything on this. I just failed to find a logical solution to the pic. It was facing east, right? Make no mistake about this. This is not a gimmick. It's not a wind-up pic. It's not a false pic. It's a reliable source. I've seen the video. About a year ago, year and a half ago, maybe even two, right here, the sun was setting that way, to the west, right? And right here, right in the clouds right above me, the shine. I remember it was nearly finding out that the sun takes 4.6 seconds to radiate its own light, the distance of its own diameter moment. I was like, what's going on? The sun was over there. And I'm saying to people, something's wrong here. And everybody's going, no, don't worry. It's just some reflection bouncing off of something. Like, there was something really strange. I'm going to go back into my history, my archives, just to see if it was roughly the same time of year, just out of interest. There's something wrong with that photograph. Not wrong with it. It's something not adding up. The sun was setting in the west, right? 6:43 p.m. They're looking towards the east, and it looks like the sun is rising. Again, it is not a gimmick photograph. It's very hard to make. When I first saw it, and Amy said to me, no, I was like, hang on, let's get this straight. And I had to repeat just to make sure. But it's a fact. That thing, whatever it was, looking like a sun, was coming up from the east at 6:43 p.m. as the sun was setting in the west at 6:43 p.m. Logical answers. Why would I even say this? Why would I say logical answers only? I say logical answers only for a solar eclipse playing out with Mickey Mouse photons. And the amount of Mickey Mouse illogical explanations that I have read Look, any answer. Just, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I asked another very intelligent person what that could be, and was told it could be the reflection of the sun off of the dome. Simon, Dan, sit down. You need to be a little bit more objective, okay? Put your hand up. Don't just butt in. Put your hand up and ask a question like everybody else, okay? From now on. Sponsors, 30 centimetre globes, 2 please. Just blow up ones, $2, $3. That's all I need for now. How is it possible that at 6:43 p.m. a photograph was taken towards the east showing what looked like a sun rising? At the same time, at 6:43, the sun was setting in the west. How, what is it that is coming up in the east? At the time, as is usually the case, the people seeing it, you don't click, you don't realize what it is that's happening, right? So it gets overlooked until after. That's what happened to me here. I was sure something was wrong, but everybody's like, no, it's just something, a rebound from somewhere. A rebound? I will see if I can find that footage, because it just reminded me of that. Something is not quite adding up everywhere. Seriously. I am going to go out on a little bit of a limb here. 12. I am going to go out just on the... It's very, very obvious, right, that this planet gets overrun with water every now and again. The pyramids have been submerged. Now, this is something that I've heard. Again, I'm not saying it's flat. I'm not saying it's round. I used to be a round earther. Now I'm sat on the fence. But water, a lot from somewhere, and then it disappears. There is this thing that is said up in the Arctic, right? The North Pole. Something about, this is about the tides. Forget the moon for a second, okay? There's talk of 4 rivers. And these rivers, this is like the north, right? Be up here. The tides. It's something to do with the flat earth analogy, okay? It's something to do with the tides. This is where they say tides come from every day. Planet releases water, it goes everywhere, and then 6 hours later, or 5:40 or 6:20 or whatever it is, goes back. High tide, low tide, high tide, low tide. Me going out on a limb. Where would the water come from to submerge the pyramids? For those who say, no, they haven't been submerged. Yes, they have. Only Pyramid Giza's top was sticking out of the water at one time. This 4 rivers, 1429, it would just make sense that this water would just come from somewhere. Look, I'm not saying it's flat, I'm not saying it's round. The water, that makes more sense than ice melting, is all I'm saying. All right, folks, we're coming up to 15. I will be back. Laters.